Welcome back everybody, and we're back at the 3D textured walls. So now our 90-minute set is set already and it's not coming off from the wall. The texture is fine. And there is two ways that you can apply this. You can apply it with a flat trowel or you can apply it with a sponge like that. My preferred way is the trowel because I like to feel it in my hand and you're not gonna get that dirty from the patching compound rather than using the sponge. So we're using a flat trowel like this. What you have to do, you have to press it in like this, and then you press it over here for a little bit. And you have to make some bumps on the other side. Just like that. Well, see, you have a bigger bump over here, so you can take like a small patching knife like this, and you'll take the bump off. So you'll have the kind of spikes that looks like this. See? And then you start from one side, and you gently apply it like that. You can even do this combination like this. You make the texture on this, and then you slightly apply it over here. Or you can do one combination, and the one combination is gonna work too. Pretty good. Make sure if you do one certain pattern that you keep up with a certain pattern, so it all kind of looks the same through everything. So there's not gonna be like big bumpy spots, and then you're not gonna be looking at the walls later and be like, oh yeah, I should have done a little bit differently over here or differently there, you know. Yeah, you're gonna make some knocking noises like that, and you're gonna keep up going with the texture like this. Like I said, again, regular patching compound. This is regular stuff. Lowe's, Home Depot sells it, pretty cheap. And then you can make these beautiful textured walls just with using regular patching compound. So what you do, you apply it like this to all of the areas, just like that. Making that texture over here. Right now it looks kind of funky, but don't wait. Don't laugh at it just yet until you see the end result. That's the simplest and the friendliest DIY application of the texture that you can ever find it. And like, you don't need to put a lot of effort into it, you know, using these cheap materials like that. So there you have it. And you continue by doing so. showing you guys all of this is in real time, so you can actually see how fast the process is and how many of square foot of walls you can actually do in one day. Let's add some more. We mixed up this time a 45-minute compound. So the first coat was a 90-minute compound because we had to roll the texture over, and we had to have enough time to make sure to cover up all of our areas that we have here that need to get covered up. Side, so I'm gonna get to it really quick because I mixed up half of the back of this stuff and I gotta get this full wall done. I have to have enough time because you have to catch while doing this, you have to catch the perfect timing because the 45-minute compound set, it starts to set about in a period of time, I guess about in 35 minutes. It's gonna start of getting ready to be set. So you have to work your way and finish up the amount of compound that you've mixed so you can get the timing and then use another technique to finish the pattern up and to get the result that we are trying to get from this pattern. Really nice, really easy, and really simple to do, and it's a very satisfying process because at the end from not perfectly finished walls you get very satisfied results. Like wait until the end, until the last video that I'm gonna make when we're gonna paint it. So the first coat painting, the second coat painting, we're gonna add some sparkling stuff to it. And yeah, in the end, this thing is gonna look on $1 million. It's gonna be ready for a magazine cover for sure. And I'm being serious about that. It looks messy, but this is all the beauty in this point because you wanna make it randomly. You don't want to keep a certain pattern so it's gonna continue. When it's gonna look randomly, that's gonna bring the most beauty to the surface. Because what the other technique that we're gonna use after this one, this is what's gonna create the beauty of the texture of the 3D texture style wall. Like when you get used to it, yeah, it's gonna start being easy for you, and you are not gonna, because you know what you're doing, and you also understand that you have a 45-minute set, so you still have at least 30 more minutes to work with it, and you're not gonna get trapped where the compound is gonna get start to set, and you're losing time. You can't even finish up the pattern. So with a 45-minute set, you still have a lot of time. But if you have a larger wall or you're doing a larger surface, just make sure that you use a 90-minute set. A 90-minute set that way gives you way more time to get to the result they need to get. Let's add some more. And see the compound is like butter, basically. It's not slippery, it's like paste, butter paste. Basically it looks the same thing as you open the finished patching compound from the bucket. It looks the same way. But make sure not to use that. You gotta use a hot mud. Only hot mud. There you go. Now I remember the name of the mud. It's hot mud. Yep. This is called hot mud. Maybe we can call it even a style. Hot mud 3D texture style of walls. That would be a cool name. What do you guys think on this one? Let me know in the comments. So yeah, you keep on going like that, applying the texture through the whole surface like this. And then when you want to get it in one place somewhere, add a little more or a little less, or take some from one place. So the corners would be, some of them would be filled up as well. Make sure to leave some in the corners because otherwise the corner is gonna look blank. It's not gonna look full. All right, we got this side. Let's continue our working that way because we still have a little bit of mud. So I'm gonna keep working my way and probably I can stop somewhere over here. We'll see how much more mud we're gonna have and how much more this mud is going to last us. So yeah, we'll continue on the path like that. Like I said, this is real time. You can actually see how much time it takes us to create a 3D wall like that. You randomly apply it. You can apply it like this, like that, and then you spread it all around. And ooh, I just broke one tile. Now I gotta fix it. And that's gonna give you the perfect result of the walls. So there's no certain way that you have to apply it to the wall. Just make sure not to leave big bumps. Add up a little bit more. We might have enough for this wall over here. mud is getting tingly right now at this point, so that means that you won't have enough time because from over there it's already starting to set. So now you have to wait at least 2 to 5 minutes, and you have to start applying some pressure to it with the putty knife, and I'll show you how to do that as well. What's good about this texture is you can stop at any point and then continue with the same pattern without even breaking the pattern. It's gonna look perfectly fine. We'll stop about here. The mud gets hard at this point, so now we have to give it a little bit of time. And I'm gonna show you what will be the next step. So the next step is we're gonna take a bucket with water. We're gonna take our sponge, and we're gonna get a 12-inch putty knife like that. You have to always make sure that your putty knife is wet. Otherwise it's gonna catch the mud and it's gonna drag it with the putty knife. So you wanna make sure the putty knife is always wet. So basically if you start with one point and you wanna go one direction, you take it slowly like that and you go one direction. And that's gonna create the texture. Make sure your knife is always wet. You want to give it the cleanest look that you can. Just like that. Make sure to keep the putty knife always wet, so it's not gonna drag the mud with it. And then after it gets hard, you just drag it nicely and get rid of all those lines. I mean, the lines will give you the design, and they will make the texture to pop up from the wall. But also the color game that we're gonna play here. We're gonna do a couple of colors.
plus the sparkles, that's gonna give it more volume. It's gonna make the room look different. So when we go from that side, this side starts to set as well, and that gives you enough time. But see, we did not, even I, with many years of experience of doing this, did not have enough time to work with a 45-minute set. And plus, it's not that hot here in this room temperature. So if the temperature outside is hot, you may consider yourself using a 90-minute set, because that's going to give you at least 20 more minutes. So you'll be able to finish a full wall without sweating yourself, and that's going to give you enough flexibility at the time to work with it. And then if you want to also add some more character to it, you can always even go like that and just add a little more design to it. So it's gonna have a kind of brushed look. So you can use a lot of different patterns with this. You can even go one time down, one time to the side. You can create different patterns, and that's gonna give you a different look afterwards you paint it. But with this one, we're sticking with a flat one. So you just use the fine knife again, and that brings you to the position where you started. And some of the imperfections of this, that's what gives you actually the beauty and gives you the design. And because it's randomly, that's what's gonna make it look beautiful, and that's what's gonna make it look pop. Right now, it kind of looks all the same to you, but you can see when we're gonna start painting it, it's gonna be two different colors. So all of it is gonna be one color, that's gonna be the phone color, that's gonna be on the back side of it. And then you use a sponged roller to apply it on the top, and all the height of the bumps, they will look a different color, and that's gonna bring you the volume, the 3D design to life when you're gonna apply the colors to it. Thanks everyone for watching. Try it on a little piece first. Make sure to leave some comments and some thoughts, and make sure to stick around for part 3. Thank you everyone. Cheers. DigiPro.